Vanakkam viewers, today we have Mr. Vijay Shekhar, founder and CEO of Paytm, along with us in this exclusive podcast. We welcome him warmly to Tamil Nadu, sir. Welcome to Tamil Nadu.
Thank you.
Actually, what's your first impression when you come to Tamil Nadu?
Very developed, very peaceful, very vibrant, lots of energy, very positive.
Okay. Sir, when do you see India becoming a cashless economy? Which year, approximately?
Well, I think right now we are headed towards where majority of offline payments, in-store payments could become mobile payments. Right now, we are still one third of India. So we are talking about there is double the time that it has to take. Let's say Paytm started way back in 2014-15. So we're talking about 10 years. So in 10 years, it will become less than 10 years, I would say. By 2030, I do believe that people will absolutely not need to carry the cash. They will be able to carry the mobile phone and the payment will be done. Right now, you still carry a cash for fallback.
Yeah. Sir, one personal question. You are very vocal about Sanatan culture, Bharat, etc. There is a cancel culture prevailing in India. Anybody who is speaking for Sanatan, they will be cancelled. Are you afraid that we may get cancelled by some people?
I mean, first of all, I'm not afraid.
Okay.
First statement. I'm sure this has been being a little bit more visible. Let's say on Twitter or on social media, I've had my own experience of getting trolled, and in past there have been many of occasions where the trolling happens. But over the period, you learn that they have their own purpose. They want to do something, and you want to do something. Just because there is a resistance, you do not change your way. So what you believe in, what you firmly stand for, you will always be on that. So I think this is okay. I mean, let others do other things.
Okay.
Commitment.
And now we can see UPI going global. Like many countries, they want UPI to be a part of their country and they are willing to adopt UPI. How instrumental was PM Modi in categorizing this particular UPI across the globe?
Look, there is no doubt when in 2014 Prime Minister Modi came, the Digital India mission, the Startup India mission that he carried, gave the necessary support for us all to even get the talent. I remember in early days, I started this company way back in 2001. We would not even get talent in the college. For example, people will go international jobs, obviously, and then people will take local good companies which have been very traditional, reputed, which is good. But as a startup, you did not get access to good talent. You only had residual talent. I think it was Prime Minister Modi who took it up, that Startup India and Digital India mission, which made people understand at large that these are not just important for as a career, but these are also important to solve India's problem or opportunity to build and create an impact in India. So I'd say that there is no doubt about it. The very startup culture that we are seeing today has originated because we got the voice from the top, the support from the top, support from Honorable Prime Minister. And then that gave many of us, my fellow entrepreneurs and myself, courage to do some things. And as one of those things, Paytm happened, as then when digitalization happened, and I think the government support and push to the digitalization have been immense, that made UPI what today UPI is, mobile payment in India is.
Personally, did you seek any support from the government for your company? Anything?
Individually, no. It was just generic for every startup.
What support did you get personally, like for your company exclusively?
Exclusively, I would say that typically government is very positive. So whenever you go to meet finance minister, you go to meet, let's say, in different government organizations, secretaries, they are very positive. I mean, as a young companies, we traditionally have no connection, so to say, or no approach, so to say, that how will we even get heard or we will even get an audience. But I think we've been privileged, and the overall government, whether it is in bureaucracy or machinery of government, or whether it is in leaders and ministers, there is a different kind of support. There is a special kind of acknowledgement to all of us startups. And as you see, Startup Mahakumbh happening in Delhi is an example of this.
When you started your startup, did you expect UPI to bloom this much, burst like per second, this many lakhs of UPI transactions is being done now? Did you expect all these back then?
Well, I can say that I did want and put an ambition that 500 million Indians will use it, but how fast it grew or how, let's say, everybody embraced is definitely an inspiring and
Okay.
unexpected. But at the same point of time, I think the mission that we always carried was that we will make mobile payment a method in nook and corner. So if you see everywhere, the signing up small merchant, creating different product and services for different requirements. You see the petrol pump payment, you see the toll payment. All those things are something that we feel privileged that we are able to work.
Okay, it is more than what you expected.
It is definitely more than what we expected. It is faster than what we expected. At the same point in time, I believe that it is just yet a beginning.
Okay.
Only a third has happened, so two-third is pending to happen.
Where do you see Paytm 10 years down the line?
I think by that time we would have expanded towards AI-led more technology that we can solve small businesses. My personal heart beats for small businesses.
Okay.
We sort of, I come from that background. I come.
You can
from
emphasize
seeing
them.
I can empathize them. I can emphasize them. I can appreciate their problems. So as an organization boss, I love my heart beats for small businesses, and because of that, we will be able to build more technologies, and especially the AI kind of technology that are showing up, we'll be able to bring more to the small businesses.
How do you see AI being instrumental in the cashless economy? Are we still underutilizing AI?
AI in the early days. So I would say India is one of the rare countries which is embracing AI. Obviously, there are US and China which are embracing it in another scale. But in the rest of the world, India is the country on the top. There is a capability of AI that can reduce cost. There is a capability of AI, it can grow the business. Right now, the most use on AI is happening on saving costs. And I believe that you will be able to see that small shopkeeper who does not have resource person to do the accounting, to do the jobs at shop, will be able to use AI to do those.
What is the biggest challenge faced by young budding entrepreneurs you have seen? What is the biggest challenge faced by them?
At my when I started, there was the biggest challenge was within the family.
Wow,
Family
okay.
did not want to see that their family kid is
They
becoming
want you to have a 9 to 5 job.
9 to 5 job. So earlier they wanted government job, then they wanted large private job, international jobs, those kind of things. So that has sorted out. Now I'd say the challenge is led by something related to, let's say, funding sometimes, something related to the problem, product market opportunity, but the fundamental limitation of access to talent and access to capital has got sorted out to a significant level. But I do know that entrepreneurs go through challenges. It can depend on which sector you're talking about. Resource availability, capital availability is still one thing to be sorted out.
Now, many young entrepreneurs feel dejected when their startup is not blooming and they decide to quit the field and go to a 9 to 5 job. What's your message to those young budding entrepreneurs?
Well, there are two kind of people. One who are doing it for certain result, which is what when they don't see happening, then they go back and quit, and certain doing it for the purpose of solving the problem. The second one, which are doing it for the solving a problem, they won't quit because they are here for the purpose. They are not here for certain it as a career. So when you are here it for the purpose, solving the problem, creating impact, then you will stay course. It doesn't matter what resources or how good, badly the tough it is.
Okay.
Versus those who are coming it in as a, let's say, a sort of a career thing, meaning they always have a choice of another career. They'll do it. The best entrepreneurs lock the exit door and throw the key.
Okay.
They don't quit.
Actually, UPI is evolving. We can see UPI evolving over time. How do you see the recent changes in UPI? How it will impact the UPI, the ecosystem?
The best part is that it is becoming pervasive. It is getting scaled. There were features which feature phone-led payment, UPI Lite, which is on-device payments. So all efforts are going where we can bring additional 300 million customers or next 100 million customers on the platform. So the new features, whether it is about adding a credit card, very popular, credit line, prepaid wallet. So India's payment system will become more and more consolidated towards UPI. And that ways then we will have a, let's say, a very easy to understand by masses
Okay.
product making a mobile payment and the banking system and financial services system aligning towards UPI.
Many are threatening people that UPI may someday control you. Like you should do only 2 to 3 transactions per day. That day will come where you will be, all your transaction will be halted. People are like some people are terrorizing other people not to use UPI.
Yeah, these kind of things always happen when new things come. Remember, the computer was looked at like this, that computer will take away your job. I think people became more productive. UPI may do something like this. I think in the wider
Do you
audience...
see the possibility of that happening?
Absolutely no.
No.
It's an illogical thing, and it's like you said, it is a myth being spread, falsehood being spread. These are everyday fundamental requirements. If you notice, I would say on your phone, a messaging app is rather one of those apps which could get halted. But payment system which is regulatory endorsed, government endorsed, why would it be? It's not a private thing, it's a public infra.
Can we assure a safe and secure transaction?
100%. All the time, safe and secure transaction happen on UPI.
Okay.
And UPI is made to make the transaction safe and secure more than the other systems.
Okay.
So it is better than anything that exists, and it will continue to evolve to become better than anything else that comes on the way.
And now we can see even a small scale vendor, a street side vendor, even in the remotest part of Bharat, they have adopted UPI. How do you think they are even adopted when they are not even introduced these kind of technologies?
First of all, there goes the secret of endorsement by our Honorable Prime Minister, endorsement by a regulator, endorsement by government, and endorsement by many institutions. When everybody is acknowledging this is the method, people feel trusted and acknowledging it. And I think, I remember in Man Ki Baat, our Prime Minister also talked about Soundbox, and the people then understand what are the new technologies coming in. I think there is a special outreach from our government, which gives them people comfort that it is something which they can trust.
You would have interacted with them. What feedback are they giving you?
I think the first and foremost, the feedback is that they used to not be able to take change. The problem of change, you were on a small side street, you don't have a change. And second was that they had a problem that how will they take payments, cash movement. In many small cities or villages, the carrying the cash was also a risky thing. So now it is safer, it is easier, and it makes the commerce transaction smoother. So people just love it because it is no capital investment.
Okay.
You know, there is a cost.
Just a QR code.
Card machine, just a print out and keep it sticker. So I think Paytm karo.
One last question to you. Personally, what's your biggest aim to achieve in your life, in this life? Anything in your mind?
I'm clear about it that if individually I could work in our country to bring 500 million Indian, 50 crore Bharatiya to the mainstream of economy, then my purpose will be fulfilled.
Okay, actually, we pray that your purpose will be fulfilled. Thank you so much for your time, guys.
Thank you.
உலக தமிழ் சொந்தங்களுக்கு வணக்கம். நான் ராஜவேல் நாகராஜன். பேசு தமிழா பேசு வலையொலியுடைய வளர்ச்சிக்கு நீங்களும் உறுதுணையாக இருக்கணும்னு நினச்சிங்கன்னா இந்த வீடியோடைய டிஸ்கிரிப்ஷனில் இருக்கக்கூடிய ரேசர் பே லிங்கை கிளிக் பண்ணுங்கள். அந்த லிங்க்கில் போயிட்டு உங்களுக்கு விருப்பமான தொகையை பேசு தமிழா பேசுவனுடைய வளர்ச்சிக்கு உங்களுடைய பங்களிப்பாக நீங்கள் கொடுக்கலாம். நன்றி, வணக்கம்.